here we go.
Will I be able to hear this?
Not the music, but you'll see us.
I hear it a little bit.
Yeah, here it is.
This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Little John Orthodontics, Marshall Exteriors, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partner Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Stever's Garage, The Omen Theater, Red's Place, Wilson Press, Connie's Diner, the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings, the Downtown Deli, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
You are looking live from Ovid, New York, home of the South Seneca Falcons at the Jack Guinan Gymnasium, where starting lineups are just now being introduced. I'm Dave Barnick, along with Jim Sinicropi. Jeremy Hunt is also here on camera doing his fine work, and we're happy to be with you for an early season Finger Lakes West Division game. Jim, good evening.
Hey,
what are
Dave.
the Marshall Exteriors keys to the game tonight?
Well, talking to Coach John Masson before the game, he says if his guys play defense and rebound that they should be fine. They've got a ton of juniors coming back to this team that are now seniors. They have to replace the scoring from Pat Geithner, the 50-point man from last season. And I think for South Seneca, all I keep hearing is that they're better than advertised. Like, this team's better than we expect. Of course, the program's been down a little bit recently. Last year they went 10-11, which was an improvement. I think this year they look to improve upon that.
That could be tough. You can see right away there's a size differential. I really like the sharp-looking new home uniforms the Falcons have. They'll be clad in their home whites with black and gold trim, but not much height, and that's what Coach Dave Serrano said to me. Dave Serrano, a former fabulous 5 player from the Finger Lakes and a tremendous sectional championship team from 2001. We'll get into that more, but he was saying that the Weed Sport matchup, there were just too many big physical football players from Weed Sport that wore his team down. They must be aggressive tonight.
Well, great to be back with you inside the gym, Dave. I missed you. I mean, I see you a lot over the summer, but I like seeing you inside at the broadcast booth next to me, too.
We liked the weather better then, didn't we?
Yeah, we've called a lot of big games over the past 5-6 years, you and I.
And we are underway, and the layup quickly missed by Bloomfield, and Anthony Ruff will look to race it up court the other way, and they turn it right back. By the way, officiating his first JV basketball contest in the earlier game was none other than Devin Veter, Steve Veter's son. Steve, former Lions AD and former successful coach of Dave Serrano, Doug Baker, and others here at South Seneca as the Falcons apply pressure.
I did think that was pretty cool.
Nice.
We covered Devin when he played for Lions.
Nice block shot. Kenyon will take it to the hole, and Matt gets the first points of the game. And yes, in case you wondered, he is the younger brother of one Mackenzie Kenyon of state championship caliber lore. And they worked the perimeter, Bloomfield, who were coming off an impressive victory against much larger school, Palmac, I think last Saturday, and they get it inside to their big bulky guy, Mitchell Bliss. He misses the shot, but will go to the line.
Coach Masson was saying that was their first regular season out of league victory in several years. He said 2 years, which was kind of hard to believe. Now, Palmac a little down in the East, but traditionally Finger Lakes East team playing against the Finger Lakes West team, advantage goes to the East. But that was kind of a statement win. It certainly caught my attention early on.
Yeah, even if Palmac is down, again, one of the bigger schools in the East besides. And 2 out of 2, nice touch by Mitchell Bliss, and we're tied a minute into quarter number 1 of this broadcast. I wish we could do all the games from this gymnasium, Jim. What can we do about that?
I do. Well, first of all, this South Seneca boys programs needs to get a little bit better, and we'll be coming more often to see the boys. We love coming to see the girls.
I like the distance that I get to travel to come to this game.
That's right. I like the cozy confines. This is the best, if not the best, one of the best facilities.
Lighting it up for 3 was Simon Willie. And it's 5-2, and we got a quick timeout. And we'd like to tell you that Marshall Exteriors is your one-stop source for all of your home exterior needs. Check out their website at marshallexteriorsny.com. And if you'd like a great meal while pinching a penny, then go to Penny's Place Restaurant in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Nice to have those two folks and all of our wonderful sponsors with us again this season.
It sure is. Not the only game going on tonight. Big one in Wayne County. Lions taking on Gananda. Lions trailing by 1 early in that game, which would be a huge shocker in Wayne County.
Yeah, nice pass. Kenyon inside, and not being able to convert was rough, but South Seneca retains possession. They'll try it again. A runner in the lane. Boy, the move was there, but the shot was well short by Jeremy Williams, and Bloomfield tries to answer. Bliss inside, doesn't get it to go, and here comes Ref out of the pack.
Oh, great crossover.
Fast break, stop and pop. Back irons, no. His own rebound. Down low, dips, and can't get it to go. They're getting opportunities they can't convert so far, Jim.
Yeah, I like Anthony Ruff a lot. That was a good shot, good pull-up in transition, just didn't get it to go. Rebounded over some bigger guys, missed the putback. He just got to keep fighting. Between him and Kenyon, that's a good 1-2 punch in the Finger Lakes West as far as backcourts go.
I saw a great 1-2 punch, actually a 1-2-3 punch in the corridors by the concession stands earlier. We'll give you that in a second. As Bliss, they work the ball pretty quickly. Driving stop, one-handed little floater is a tough shot that goes in by Alex Roach. And quickly 7-2 Bloomfield.
Roach along with Kimball, a couple of names you remember from last year's team. Stepping up now in their senior year.
And rattling out a three-pointer. And it didn't go. Scramble for the loose ball. Bodies flying. Bloomfield has it. Nice feed inside. Credit Tanner Kimball.
I think it was Roach that finished that one.
With a pass to Roach.
Oh, right. Yep.
And it's 9-2. South Seneca scored first, but hasn't since. Matt Kenyon. Outside. And the shot goes in. I think, was that Ref, I believe. I looked away, but I believe it was Anthony Ref with a bucket. And now we've got a player with a jersey we didn't have on the court for South Seneca. And I'm glad that bounced back. I was going to have to retrieve it. The ball came over here.
We're number 1, right? Yeah, we'll find out in a second here.
Unless it's, unless that's Joe Sicardi. Well, he wasn't listed as a starter, however, so I got to think it's. Let's see. We'll figure it out. 11-4, South Seneca with the ball, trailing by 7, halfway through quarter number 1. The long bomb rims out. And, boy, my numbers.
Boy, South Seneca's got to be careful early here.
Here's the shot, is nothing but the bottom of the net by Rich Thomas.
Richie Thomas, nice stroke.
13-7. And the man-to-man defense for the Falcons. Driving the hole and laying it up and in, and a foul. Strong move by Tanner Kimball, a returning senior and all-league player from a year ago.
Yeah, I like Kimball a lot. You know, Simon Willie's been put up the big numbers against Palmac, but I anticipate a real balanced attack for for Bloomfield this season.
They're off to that quick start, and I think the Falcons wanted to hang in there early and see if they could, you know, continue efforts, but they're down 9. Inside, nice pass. Beautiful pass.
to number 1.
To number 1, who, that could be Sicardi. I guess we'll credit Sicardi. I don't see an,
there's
an 11 out there. So
referee Brett Harrison and David Jones tonight. Good crew.
So I will, between quarters, Jim, run over to the, what you don't, most people wouldn't
Maybe I can
consider
run
running.
over. Maybe I should run.
Steal, and Tanner again with a layup. He's all over the place. 4 points for him and another timeout, 18-9. Bloomfield in front. And the Downtown Deli in Seneca Falls, where a half is like a whole. Check out their menu. It's sfdowntowndeli.com. And for over 65 years, Wilson Press has been serving Central New York as a commercial printers with a full-service mail house. Get in touch with them online at wpress.com.
Apologize to some of our viewers, just having some slight technical difficulties early on here, trying to get them ironed out. And there's Mackenzie Kenyon and her dad.
And we're happy to see Mackenzie, and we will be hearing her dad.
Oh, yeah, you can always hear him at these
The
games.
vociferous one.
I got to tell you, I'm pleased with the turnout, though. Not a bad crowd for opening night here in the Finger Lakes West for the homestanding Falcons and the Bombers.
Big scoring first quarter, still almost 3 minutes to play, and 18 points on the board thus far for the Bombers. Faking the three, driving, stopping, again with a floater, but it's an air ball. They retain it, and they'll reset. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Swinging the ball around the perimeter. The bomb from 3 is short. Rebound, South Seneca's ref.
Sicardi pushes it up.
And we got a side out, reach and foul.
So not only are these players that we don't have the right numbers for not on our sheets that I prepared for us, but they're also not in the program for the game.
All wrong.
Yeah,
we apologize for that.
We'll get it straightened out. I thought you knew everybody in Ovid personally,
No.
Dave.
I don't. Steele, Tanner, Kimball with the basket again. 20-9. Quickly down court, trying to answer, and yeah. South Seneca attempting to run, attempting to be aggressive, but right now they're outmatched.
Yeah, that's 11-point game, highly entertaining, up and down, high scoring. I mean, at this, Bloomfield's on pace for 100 at this point. I like the way they move the ball. I like they have multiple guys that can shoot it from inside and out.
Coached by Jonathan Maston, and Tanner Kimball off to a great start.
He's got 9 points already.
And another steal. And as soon as you say that, Willie adds 2. The press, 24-9. Bloomfield. Ruff has it, spinning in the lane, fires it up. It's an air ball, and knocked out of bounds. Good hustle by Bloomfield. I meant to say Jonathan Maston, a 15-year coaching veteran at Bloomfield, played not in this gym, but played against both of these schools for Honeoye.
Yeah, and athletic director for Bloomfield too, which I think is a difficult thing to do, to serve as athletic director and coach a team.
Yeah, it's more complicated all the time. We have our third time out of the first quarter, and with that,
brighter days for South Seneca boys.
Yeah, that first team, in my opinion, the best ever, but you'd get arguments really the first 3. And that 2000-2001 championship team ran in the unfortunate, they won the sectionals, and they had to play the Buffalo Traditional School, which no longer even exists, and gave them fits for over 3 quarters, coached by Steve Veeder.
Yeah, that's kind of been the case for a lot of Section 5 teams that have made it to that next level, to that state regional round. You never know what you're going to get out of Buffalo.
And, you know, I just saw a little news blip maybe earlier this week where the first charter school has went on strike, which may change perspectives, may change the whole dynamics of the school systems. I think that may have been in Chicago, but I'm not sure. And by the way, speaking of news, National Day of Mourning for President number 41, George Bush.
You know, you just hear so much about the man now that he's passed. Some of the stuff you didn't know about how personable he was with the handwritten notes and the various relationships. And
yeah, I got a little tidbit that I learned that some people may not be aware of. We'll catch it when we get a break here. Here's the bomb that's short, but the big guy, and he is big. Bliss takes up a lot of room. Bloomfield 24-9 is going to try to reach the quarter mark of 25, but they missed. Nice block shot inside.
They'll get another chance here with 55 seconds left.
Here's the real prayer thrown up from the side. A good hustle by Rich Thomas, but stolen back by Tanner, and he misses the layup, Tanner Kimball, but he'll go to the line for 2. I don't know if you knew, many people know that George Bush was the captain of the Yale baseball team, played in the first ever College World Series, and met Babe Ruth in his later days, who made some presentation to him on the baseball field. Yeah, he led quite a life, to say the least.
He's a real thrill seeker, too. He liked to skydive, liked things that went fast.
So Kimball.
They're 1/4 of the way to 100.
I thought maybe the speed and aggressiveness of South Seneca would temporarily slow Bloomfield down. But Bloomfield impressive here through nearly 1/4.
I'm really impressed with Bloomfield. Not only Kimball, who's been doing most of the scoring, but just the whole team, their spacing, the way they move the ball.
And the bomb answered. Jack Mott with a much-needed trifecta. Bang, bang, bang. And it's still 26-12.
No relation to women's basketball coach and athletic director here at South Seneca, Heather Mott.
Ooh, that looked like a pretty good block that time.
I thought for sure that Jack Mott had to be some relation, but apparently not.
Well, Bob, I'm trying to remember. Her husband, Bob, assistant head coach, hails from, he went, I think, to Fredonia where he played basketball. I think he's from the Syracuse area. I'm pretty sure of that. 1 out of 2 at the line for Willie. That's a lot of points up there.
Yeah, 5 seconds left here in the quarter.
And knocked out of bounds with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. We'll be coming back. I have to look at the schedule. I know we have a couple of the girls' games here.
Tuesday the 18th, we'll be back for Marcus Whitman, South Seneca girls.
26-12, your score here in Ovid. Bloomfield leading with a big first quarter.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With the new My Gen Perks mobile app from Generations Bank, you get access to thousands of local and national discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. The savings don't stop there. Generations Bank's Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts also include cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and 24/7 Tri-Bureau credit monitoring. Saving money is for everyone. Stop by any Generations office or visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Member FDIC. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Thruway Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. Browse their full Cramtastic new and used vehicle inventory online at BillCramChevrolet.com.
And welcome back inside the Jack Guinan Arena, where it's 26-12. Bloomfield Bombers, big first quarter. Got an update from that Lions game as well. Justice Smith kind of took over in the second quarter. Lions now up 13 at the half. And my broadcast partner, your play-by-play man for the night, Mr. Barnick, went to the scores table to get some information on the players who we didn't have the right numbers for, so he's back. We'll find out. There's a nice bucket.
But I think it's fair to point out, Jim, that as you said, the information we were given was incorrect, and the information on the printed handouts here was incorrect. And I was bragging about those nice-looking uniforms. That's why. They're all new uniforms today.
Gotcha.
And a bomb.
Wow.
Willie with a 3-ball. 29-14.
And I've got Willie with 9 points, and there's another 3 coming back the other way. What a fun game.
And that was
good question. We're trying to get our roster straight.
Yep.
It's early in the season for us, too.
That's true. That's true.
I'd like to say that was Mott, but I'm not sure. We'll try to get that straight in the. Oh, another corner 3, same spot.
Better get somebody in a hand in his face as Willie on fire. That's Nate Knowles with the ball, number 5.
Okay, so get me up to date here, Dave, on these numbers. Nate Knowles is number 5.
South Seneca has it down 15. Again, a bomb short off the front iron.
Nate Knowles is just a freshman, and I should have recognized his name missing because I've heard a lot of great things about him. Oh, boy, too open.
Oh, and he just missed it. It looked online. The big guy spins, lost it. Here comes South Seneca trying to run. Knowles, he lost the ball, scrambles for it, and I think they got him for a foul. So Bloomfield.
So Richie Thomas is wearing number 1. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. Matt Kenyon's wearing number 15. Holy cow, this is wholesale changes. Oh, another open 3.
Wide open and bang, buries it. Tanner Kimball who's off on a start for another all-league possibility. Kenyon shot no good.
I got him for 14 points. Oh, boy.
Another open three, no, but a foul, and that'll send him to the line for 3 from the charity stripe.
So Pete Trim's wearing number 4. Jeremy Willie, so that's right. Sicardi's wearing 13. Anthony Reff's wearing 11.
And I can tell you, folks, Jim Sinicropi does a spectacular job of accumulating all this information and having it ready to go. So
you're making me blush.
We again don't like to be this disjointed on this, but
we're settling in now. Second quarter. I tell you, what's making it harder is that there's somebody scoring a basket every 5 seconds. It's a fun game.
Unfortunately, if you're a Falcon booster, you'd like a few less from Bloomfield and a few more for the Falcons. But the Bombers off to a roaring start. They look pretty good.
Yeah, 35 points now, still over 5 minutes to go second quarter.
I mean, they have more size than South Seneca, but it's more than just that. The finesse, the agility, the way they're shooting the ball. Kenyon tries to answer for 3, back irons it. And here comes Bloomfield. Once coached some legendary matchups in a full house at the old Harold Miller Gymnasium, coached by Jack Guinan versus Bloomfield's Gordy Joseph, who was, I remember broadcasting games where he was coaching his son, who started as well. And his face would be beet red during the games. I don't know if you even remember Coach Gordy Joseph. But they had, between Gordy Joseph, Jack Guinan, and Tony O'Verrill coaching at that time, some really legendary Section 5 coaches.
Well, the history, there Ryan Hawkins gets the roll on the free throw. The history and the mark that's made by Wayne Finger Lakes teams throughout all of Section 5 is really second to none in terms of other leagues throughout the section, and the success that Wayne Finger Lakes teams have had in at the state level. These two teams, for example, South Seneca's tied for 9th all-time in Section 5 sectional titles, which we just saw the banner earlier. And then Bloomfield has 4 sectional titles of their own, the most recent in 2014.
By the way, the official missed that one, and this gentleman to our left rightly called him on it. His foot was not, the back of his foot was not touched down. We don't have the NFL instant replay, though, do we?
No, although I've had a couple at the Waterloo tournament. Coach was pointing up at us. They wanted to look at our replay on a questionable call.
And knocking down in the lane, Ryan Hawkins for 2. The Falcons moving the ball. Kenyon stop and pop. Bang. Nice move there by Matt. As we're midway second quarter from Ovid, New York, South Seneca down by 20. Here's a steal by Knowles, and he gets fouled. Nate looks pretty good handling the ball. Just a freshman, number 5.
And the JV team, while they did lose 11-point game, they lost to Bloomfield earlier tonight.
Unofficially 55-41. I think but they were in the game for
it was a good game.
I
was impressed with a lot of players on that team. And what was most impressive, I think, is where you got a block there, I think, is the participation at the youth levels now I've seen here in South Seneca has been pretty good on both boys and girls side. The girls side's phenomenal. I think that they had 18 girls maybe on their 6th grade travel team. And
tough pass, knocked away. I mentioned those 1-2-3 punch. We had Jade Parsons, Jenna McDonald, and one of the Fletcher girls, I'm going to say Emma, that I spotted and chatted with briefly at the concession stand prior to the tip-off of this game. And here's a rear turnover in this first half by Bloomfield. So the Falcons would, if they could somehow just get this down to 15 or less, would feel a little bit better about things perhaps.
Well, on the bright side in a game like this where there's so much scoring is you can get down by a big number like 20 and get back into it with a couple of quick scores and stops. Got to stop them, too.
Williamson dishes back outside, and we got a reach-in foul. But Bloomfield kind of looks the part, don't they, Jim? Just the way they move the ball. And
they're a little bigger than South Seneca, too, and I noticed that when we were putting the rosters together. South Seneca doesn't field a player bigger than 6 foot. They're missing Zajac from last year was a big loss. He brought some size, and imagine if he was on this team. It's just what they need. But
took his talents on the baseball diamond to Ithaca College.
Wow.
Knowles
George
with a
Valente
runner.
still coaching Ithaca baseball?
I don't know. But that's his
behind the
first
back.
love in the sports. Oh, behind the back dribble, taking it down in the lane and scoring. Alex Roach for 2. Pretty move. Maybe the play of the game right there.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, as Kenyon answers with a nice drive, we'll be having our Chichinos player of the game selected in the 4th quarter. And they get a certificate for a free pie.
Yeah, large cheese.
That sounds good.
I'm impressed with Kenyon, too. He seems to have be improved from last year. His sophomore season last year, now a junior. That's usually when a guy will take a big leap, and he looks great tonight.
And the Lions team is touted as maybe the best in the area.
Yeah, but as you say that, Lions just up 5 with 6 minutes left in the third at Gananda. Justice Smith just picked up his 4th foul. So
wow,
that would be a major upset in Wayne County.
As Knowles threw up an air ball, here comes Bloomfield. Fall away jumper. Nearly got the roll. Came back out, and here comes the Falcons looking to run, driving. Knowles layup. Yes!
Beautiful.
Now we have another nomination for play of the game right there. Only a freshman, Nate Knowles, put on the afterburners and cut through the lane nicely. Happy to say that my son's team is off to an uncharacteristically above beyond expectations
Talking about the
start.
Sacramento Kings?
They're above 500, and every time I watch them and listen to the opposing broadcasters talking about how good they're going to be in probably 2 years, and they have perhaps the fastest player with the basketball in the NBA in De'Aaron Fox out of Kentucky, who's 20 years old. Missed foul shot, but Bloomfield another chance, and nothing but the bottom of the net for Simon Says. That's 3.
I got him for 4 threes this game, 3 in this quarter.
Get a hand up on that guy.
He was way too wide open, that's for sure. There's no reason for anybody to be that wide open, especially Simon Willie.
He's probably not much taller than 5'9" at the most himself, but
well, you know, Bloomfield lost Pat Geithner last year, who scored 50 points in a game. I know I mentioned that a few times. He was about the same stature as Simon Willie.
At the line is Anthony Ruff, both father and grandfather in attendance. Dick and, or I should say Rick and Dick. Anthony, I believe, I know he was on, I think, the second all-league team last year. Makes both free throws. 44-25 your score, 134 remaining, and Bloomfield up by 19.
South Seneca needs a stop here and then a score, and maybe try to get this thing under 15 by the half, and there they go.
There's a turnover, so the Falcons will have a chance. As inbounding the ball is Nick Hauk. Hauk, a sophomore, to Knowles, the freshman. Back out to
that would have been
Thomas. Shot no good.
That would have been a big one.
Yeah, that would have helped. As Bloomfield exploded in the first quarter. Here's another bomb by guess who, but it didn't go in. Reverse layup is blocked. Plenty of time for the Falcons. Knowles going to try to race it down court with the Euro step in the lay-in. That used to be a travel, but he gets the bucket.
That's gorgeous. Great body control to be going full speed and then be able to lay it off the rim like that. Really impressed with Knowles early.
Again, a stop here and a bucket for South Seneca. I'm not saying that's going to catapult them by any means, but it would maybe add to the
put them back in the conversation
of the game. Yep.
I mean, one thing too, if you can break into this lead, you can point out the fact that Bloomfield's been shooting the lights out. So you'd like to think that maybe they wouldn't keep up this clip in the second half.
Well, the 3 ball has been their friend for sure. As they move the ball nicely, using the clock up around the perimeter. Open 3 ball, no. Rebound Knowles, and he might look to go off the races. Zips it too hard. He had a lot of mustard on that one.
Fans don't like that call.
Well, even if it was the wrong call, it was a bad pass.
I thought Knowles was going to take it right to the hole as he had the previous 2 times, and now with 13 seconds left, Bloomfield can hold for 1. Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime show coming up.
You should get a promo by Big Matt. Oh, at the buzzer, the 3 ball is good by Kimball. And what a first half for the senior from Bloomfield. 47-27. It's all Bloomfield, and we will be back.
Check out Generations Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts with MyGen Perks. Visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Little John Orthodontics are proud to support our area high school athletes. Visit them online at littlejohnortho.com.
This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on fingerlakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Marshall Exteriors. Are you looking for a contractor to give you a new roof, siding, windows, or other exterior home project? Marshall Exteriors is your one-stop source for all of your home's exterior needs. Check out their website at marshallsexteriorsny.com, but don't forget they finish basements too. While you're talking with them, ask about their new Everlast Garage. This thing is amazing. It's a Wonderful Run 5K. It's a winter run like no other through the streets of Seneca Falls, the town that inspired Frank Capra's holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Learn more and register at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, celebrating 22 years in the Finger Lakes with locations at 22 Main Street in Waterloo, 40 Exchange Street in Geneva, and Del Lago Resort and Casino. Dine in, take out, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Brad Van Dusen Photography is a full-service photographer serving the Finger Lakes region, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits, also specializing in sports photos, collages, banners, and other keepsakes for your student-athlete. For more information, find Brad on Facebook or visit bradvandusenphotography.com or visit bvdsports.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salads, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmers Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stevers Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmers Auto and Stevers Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. The Omen Theater in Lyons, the most modern theater in the Finger Lakes, is also the oldest theater in the U.S. See what's playing at omentheater.com. Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, locally owned for 42 years and serving great lunches Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 2 p.m. Wednesday night is wing night with 60-cent wings in 10 different varieties. For over 65 years, the Wilson Press and Mail House has been serving Central New York as commercial printers with a full-service mail house specializing in offset and digital printing, graphic design services, full mail house services, marketing and advertising plans, and fundraising programs. Call them today at 315-568-9693 or visit them online at wpress.com. Connie's Diner on Main Street in Waterloo has the ambiance you will only find in a true diner. Let the Cardazola family serve your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner from their vast menu of time-tested favorites and original recipes. Visit them online at connieswaterloo.com. The Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Your major league connection with 7 players drafted last season. The Downtown Deli in Seneca Falls, where half is like a whole. Giant deli sandwiches, subs, daily lunch specials, and homemade soups, chili, and mac and cheese that will warm up even the coldest winter day. Also, try their famous paninis or star sandwiches. Check them out online at sfdowntowndeli.com.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cram-tastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our truckin' deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
And welcome back inside the Jack Guinan Arena here in Ovid, New York, where your halftime score, Bloomfield 47, South Seneca 27. It's the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report, and my broadcast partner, Dave Barnick, is over at the scorer's table trying to get our players scoring in order, as we had some difficulties early in the game with the different uniform numbers for South Seneca. They got new uniforms today, and those weren't reflected in the rosters that we were given. But a highly entertaining game here, and a highly entertaining game going on in Gananda right now, where the Blue Panthers are giving the Lions everything they can handle. As I mentioned, Justice Smith with 4 fouls. Lions did go on a late run in the third quarter. They now lead 67-56. It was tied at 56 with 2:30 left in the quarter. Be a good time for me to share with you some scores from last night in Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball. The Waterloo boys bounced back after that opening loss to Greece. Olympia defeating Bath Haverling in Bath Haverling with what a great gymnasium they have in Bath Haverling, 80-50. East Rochester Sodus, good game in Wayne County. The Bombers win, and then the big game of the night was Leadership in Wayne, a clash of A2 powerhouses, and Leadership goes into the Eagles' Nest and hands Wayne their first loss. And then South Seneca Bloomfield girls played last night, and it was all South Seneca at the Bomber Barn in Bloomfield, and was also impressed by a Red Jacket. Sarah Van Aken had 29 points in that win over HAC. And what else do we got here? Clyde-Savannah with a nice win over Red Creek. And the Honeoye-Naples rivalry took place with Honeoye with a 41-38 victory. And the Romulus girls with a nice win against Dundee. And Dave Barnick is back with us.
That's Dundee girls won their first game in 4 years the other night, and the fact that game was close is an indication that Romulus may be down somewhat this year. We'll see. By the way, while I have a chance, I promise to say hello to Brenda Register working here tonight, and the captain of the Algorithms. That's our trivia team.
Oh,
and,
where do you play?
At the Ovid VFW.
Okay.
And 2 of the members of the team, other members besides myself, Kenny Howell and Joe Brewer, are in attendance of the game here tonight.
Nice. Well, we're talking about Ovid hotspots. I'd say it was early November. We went on a wine trail trip, and our first stop was we were heading south down the eastern shore of Seneca Lake, was to the Firehouse Brewery, the new brewery in downtown, the old Firehouse in South Seneca.
Well, it's been going 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool place.
Was it?
Yeah.
And the route from 414 south from Ovid toward Hector and Watkins Glen is just the growth of wineries and microbreweries has been amazing. And of course, the spectacular wineries on both Seneca Cayuga lakes. Nice to see that kind of growth in our area.
Yeah, honestly, when you just go a little south of Ovid, there's a new establishment or an existing one, but there's some place to go, either a distillery, a brewery, or a winery every
I don't know what that says
feet.
about the the local population, but no, it's a great tourism boost.
Yeah, absolutely.
To say the least.
Absolutely. So, did you get our scores?
I did,
in
and
order?
well, I can quickly go over that. Matt Kenyon had 6 points in the first half. Richie Thomas I had with 2 actually, and Jeremy Williams with 3. Jack Mata bucket for 3. Anthony Reff 4 points, 3 for Nick Houck, and freshman Nate Knowles leading the Falcons with 6 points. For the
how many did Reff have? I'm sorry.
I have him for 4 points.
Okay.
Simon Willie for Bloomfield, one of 3 players in double figures. He has 14, including 4 3 balls. Alex Roach has 10 points. Ryan Hawkins with 4. Mitchell Bliss with 2. And Tanner Kimball with 19 first half points. And he's been impressive, as has the team.
Yeah, Kimball's been leading the charge, but the most impressive thing about John Maston's Bombers is just the way they move the ball. I don't think it matters where it goes. Whoever has it can score it, and it's really impressed with their play on both sides of the ball.
It would have been a little friendlier look on the scoreboard had the Falcons not thrown away their last possession and cut it to 15 or 14 with a 3 ball. Instead, as the buzzer rang, I think it was Willie again with that 3 ball to end the half to give them a 20-point lead as we start the second half. And it's a Bloomfield, near turnover, but retained. And this is Willie driving, dishes off outside, and looks like a little trouble handling the basketball, Bloomfield. And now we got a foul as Kimball. And that's not Richard Kimball, the fugitive.
Not the fugitive. I tell you, got a small staff tonight here, smaller than usual for our games. Jeremy Hunt providing the images you're enjoying on cam number 1. We put him on the opposite side of the gym as we usually put him when we come to games here at the Jack Guinan. We're going to evaluate which we like better going forward. As we mentioned, we'll be back here for the Marcus Whitman South Seneca girls game on December 18th.
That could be a good one. Air ball, but Bloomfield got the loose ball, and Tanner will drive to the lay, Tanner Kimball, and lay it in. 21 points already for the senior.
He might be trying to match Pat Geithner's 50.
The way he looks, he's got a shot, and Ruff drives with a nice move to the lane. No, but he draws the foul, and he'll shoot a pair. And we'd like to tell you that Finger Lakes Partners Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future. Locations in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Get a free quote online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. As Anthony, not Tony, as I was told, hits the first free throw, he'll have another. And misses that, and here comes the Bombers in their royal blues, driving the too easy, like a knife cutting through butter, as he just drove the lane and scored yet again. Tanner Kimball on fire here, and Ovid warming up the Jack Guinan Gymnasium. And the old one, they used to accuse him of overheating it against the opposition. Missed shot. Here comes the Falcons. I like the uniforms. Wish we'd had the numbers to start the game, but that's the way it goes.
Open 3.
And from the hip, the three-pointer won't go.
It's a big rebound by Kimball, too. You can tell he's got a complete game.
Yeah, very confident handling the ball. Didn't see anything open, so brought it back out and lost it.
And
we give him a compliment, but and who'd they call the foul on? I think they may.
Con Kimball.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. The Fugitive, a Quinn Martin production. You don't remember those days, though, do you?
Not with the clarity that you do.
How about the Harrison Ford movie? That version?
That was a great movie.
It was. Tommy Lee Jones. Who was Tommy Lee Jones' college roommate, Jim Sinicropi?
Jack Guinan?
Former Vice President Albert Gore.
Okay, there you go.
Ref, stop and pop, in and
Unlucky.
out. Goes for the rebound, scramble for it. Knowles back in the game, nearly had it. Down court quickly, guess who? Alex Roach on the recipient. He's in double figures with 12.
Boy, they can get it moving quickly.
Oh, nice shot. The high arcing baseline jumper by Knowles gives the freshman 8 points in the game, 53-30. Jeremy doing a great job on camera, per usual. And they are running it up and down the court, so it is kind of fun from that point, as you had mentioned. Ref can't get it to go. Rebound inside. No.
Poor.
Just can't get those high percentage shots down, or they'd be in business. There's a runner, won't go, and over the back, not called. And there's a bump that will be called by Simon Willie. Geez, they only suit Bloomfield 8 players.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that.
I don't know if they're missing
I know
anybody
they are
tonight.
actually. There's a couple guys that they're missing
Maybe
that
they
need
won't.
a few more practices. Coach Maston was talking to me about that before the game.
Ref throws up a little runner, little contact, but the shot wouldn't go. Man-to-man defense, 53-30. Dave Serrano had a great senior year, the head coach of the South Seneca Falcons. And there's a bump foul by Rich Thomas. And as you see on your screen, upcoming live webcasts include a week from tonight, Wayne, number 1 seeded, ranked Wayne at number 10 Waterloo. Then Thursday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, ER, always a good opponent in that Wayne County League, at number 2 Lions. And then back here on the 18th of December for the girls game, the contest, Marcus Whitman, the visitor here at South Seneca. And we got a doubleheader coming up Thursday the 20th, which I get to do those games.
Yeah, I think you're working those games.
Looking forward to it. I gotta stock up in my Roth IRA.
Well, those varsity night doubleheaders are a lot of fun, and I really wish that was the norm. I wish that all games were girls boys, and it could be boys first or girls second. But the atmosphere in the gyms for those games are just it's better attended. I just love it.
Yeah, and we wish we would get that here with
Yeah,
in the West.
Against Romulus every year they should do that.
So South Seneca has the ball. Knowles retains it after it rolled away. He's gonna, nice little quick move, leaves it for Kenyon. Looping it inside the ref. He goes up strong,
Jeez.
no, but draws the foul.
Ref cannot get it to go down. Led to the line, but if he could just convert on a few of these.
Well, I don't know if his grandmother is watching the game, Nancy, but I can tell you that the Shawless girls' grandmother and a sponsor of some of our GoFundMe efforts in the past, Peg Ellsworth, had notified me the success of all her granddaughters and how great that has been, and sent me some nice clippings, and we'll try to mention that at the subsequent girls' game. Nice lady who I've known for years.
Oh, you can't get anything to go.
Yeah, missed 2 free throws there. And hard to, got to make shots if you're going to cut into that lead, which is 23.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is Bloomfield's scoring has slowed down, but South Seneca's hasn't picked up.
Strong move, won't go. That was Trevor Farrell's effort. Here's Knowles driving through the lane. The one-handed runner misses badly. Maybe an ill-advised shot for the freshman on that occasion, but I like watching him. Open jumper from outside,
Wow.
yes, and it counts on an opportunity, I think, for a 4-point play.
Alex Roach.
as Roach with 15, and will go the line.
Roach, Kimball, and Willie. I mean, that is a good threesome in the Finger Lakes West.
That's the Bloomfield law firm.
Nick Hauk checking into the game.
How did you say that? Which order? Roach,
I would say
Willie, and
Kimball, Willie, and Roach.
Okay. Celino and Barnes. They are not one of our sponsors. Oh, what a pretty move. A dazzler by Nate Knowles.
I can't wait to watch Nate Knowles over the next 4 years.
It reminds me a little, just watching him play as a freshman, watching Justice Smith play.
Yeah. Yeah, Justice had a lot of talent.
Does he still wear the black rimmed glasses?
Oh, he's got the rec specs on. Yeah, except he doesn't look like a freshman anymore. He looks like a man, boy.
Yeah.
He is filled out, and I think after watching him play against Wilson Magnet in the Waterloo Hall of Fame Classic last weekend, that he is the best player in Section 5. Miles Brown for North Star Christian might have some arguments with that, but really, really impressed with how Justice Smith has rounded out his game for Lions.
Well, it's hard to believe it, but Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant is celebrating 22 years in the Finger Lakes with locations in Waterloo, Geneva, and Del Lago Resort. And you can order online at Cicinos.com. And there's a recent inductee into the Basketball Hall of Fame, Everett Babcock, talking to Roger Clemenson, longtime coach in the area, and also the grandfather of the Shawless and Bailey Mingus girls from the championship teams.
So what do you think about the South Seneca girls this year? Are we going to follow them maybe to Hudson Valley Community College again next year? They're sectional, obviously always a sectional favorite in Class C3, I think, this year.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be tougher, but I think they got talent to certainly contend for a sectional title. After that, you're rolling the dice against some really good teams from across the state. 56-32, 2:50 remaining in our third quarter. And ref open, back irons it. Tough night so far from the field for Anthony. And Roach, baseline, knocked away but retained by Kimball. I think Jade Parsons just continues to develop this senior year.
I think she's something that a lot of teams in Class C3 don't have, a presence in the middle like that.
Trevor Farrell, that was too easy. The shot went up from outside, was well short, and Farrell had a chippy underneath with the rebound. And, of course, Jenna McDonald, who is maybe 100 pounds, dripping wet. But
one of my favorite players,
lays it on
boys or girls.
Leaves it on the court all the time. Nice move. Wow. Strong move by Kimball to the lane. I've got him for 25, Jim.
Yep, I'm right there with you. He's got 6 in the third, 19 in the first half.
And actually, if nobody else scored on the team but him, it would be South Seneca just by 7.
That's right.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think we got a front runner for our Cicinos Player of the Game. Then we'll, of course, have that individual over with us for the Little John Orthodontics post-game show following this one.
And we don't anticipate a recount like some of the election results that have been crazy. Driving, a bump, no whistle, missed shot, Bloomfield hustling for it, and then I believe Richie Thomas on the foul.
Got an update from Guinan. Lions now up 17 with just 40 seconds left, so they did pull it out and remain undefeated. The biggest game on the radar for the Lions would be December 28th when they play North Star Christian and the Brown Brothers, the team that knocked them out of the postseason last year in the state playing round.
Nice pass, and a little version of the alley-oop, and Farrell, the recipient, out of the bucket.
Yeah, December 28th, that game will be in Geneva, in Geneva's new gymnasium. and we'll be there.
I was there when the other gymnasium was brand new.
Really? Because it was looking a little old. Well, it was kind of dark, and
we used to broadcast from the weight room.
Yeah, we did games from the weight room for Finger Lakes 1. The new gymnasium is nothing like that. It's bright, shiny, and the bleachers are on one side, similar to the Minders Academy, Arthur L. Baker Gymnasium, except they're a little bigger. And nice big scoreboard with a video board on the wall as well. Can't wait to call a game from
you know, despite the lopsided score, I really like the continued hustle by South Seneca. But they are overmatched at this point by a Bloomfield team that looks mighty fine.
Yeah, they give up a lot of size to Bloomfield. Bloomfield's certainly not a big team.
My, a missed layup off a nice drive and then a Bloomfield foul. We've got I thought I got another number that I'm not sure of. I thought I got all the corrections.
I think that foul was on James McClellan there, his second. Could that be right?
Yeah. Hard to believe how fast the calendar continues to move along.
Well, we're that much closer to golf season.
Yeah.
Although golf season hasn't ended for me. I heard you played Sunday.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can. I know you guys like to play.
At the foul line, making the first was Richie Thomas. He'll have another. And doesn't get this one. 62-33 coming down to the final seconds. 35 seconds remaining in the quarter. On the perimeter, moving the ball. This is Farrell. Zipping it the other side, open three ball. They haven't hit many of them in the 1-3 ball this quarter, which is far less they did in the first half. Here's a tough shot, but a foul will send Richie Thomas to the line for two.
I wanted to take a second to show you this graphic right here. Recent Wayne Finger Lakes Section 5 basketball championships, and this is boys and girls. And last 10 years, it's amazing how dominant the Minders programs have been. Three sectional titles on the girls' side, 4 on the boys.
Very impressive.
And then if you're just talking just girls, South Seneca is the class of the Wayne Finger Lakes with 3 sectional titles, along with East Rochester's 3 and Minders 3. But as of late, 16, 17, and 18. Do you think they can make it a 4-peat this year?
Yeah, I think they got a shot, I would have to say. They've got a program where they're not necessarily rebuilding, but reloading. I don't see it at the same level as we have a timeout on the court.
I don't see that much of a drop-off. I mean, the LaVarn Way team that went to the state, that won the state title,
so
what was, I think, a notch above. But I don't think that this year's team is that far off from that team. I'll
tell you what the big problem with the girls team for us will be. Now, tonight with the boys, it was getting the new uniform numbers and finally getting that straightened away.
The girls get new uniforms too?
Well, I don't know, but they got the 3 Fletcher girls, so.
Yeah, right, yeah. 4 Fletchers.
Right.
There's a triplet, but then there's another sibling, right? Or is that a cousin?
No, all sisters.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah. And their father's a heck of a nice guy, too. Funny guy. Got to have a sense of humor. That ends the third quarter, 62-33. We'll be back with fourth quarter action from Ovid after these words.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With the new My Gen Perks mobile app from Generations Bank, you get access to thousands of local and national discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. The savings don't stop there. Generations Bank's Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts also include cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and 24/7 Tri-Bureau credit monitoring. Saving money is for everyone. Stop by any Generations office or visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Member FDIC. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rob Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Thruway Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. Browse their full Cram-tastic new and used vehicle inventory online at BillCramChevrolet.com.
We're back to live action, and a couple of missed opportunities by the Falcons. Driving, not getting that to go was Kimball, a rare miss for Tanner. And now ref is stripped, fights for the ball. We're going to have a jump ball, possession arrow points to the Bombers. Well, the most modern theater in the Finger Lakes is also the oldest in America. See what's playing at the Omen Theater online at omentheater.com, that beautiful historic theater renovated in Lyons, New York. Nice pass work and a little soft baseline J is good by McClellan, who gets the first points of the fourth quarter, 64-33.
Not a great second half for the Falcons.
Here's Ruff from downtown, no. And one and out, one and done.
I mean, the Bloomfield scoring has slowed down a little bit in the second half, but the South Seneca offense has been non-existent in the third quarter. See if they can get something going in the fourth.
Is Bloomfield moving the ball, taking a little time up, looking for the open shot. Doesn't get it to go. Tapped out and controlled by the Falcons. Hauk. This is Kenyon in the corner. Shot no good.
Oh, nice rebound by Hauk.
He gets it again, looking, he's bottled up, gets rid of it to left, drives, blocked, out of bounds. Still be South Seneca ball.
You know, Nick Hauk, another a sophomore to go along with Knowles. I mean, that's your starting backcourt probably, you know, for the next 3 years.
Now, Jeremy can hear us right now, right?
No, he can't. Way over there. Yeah.
Those two guys to his right, sitting there on the top row. Jim,
right.
We'll get to that on the next timeout. I'll remind you. How many years older do both of those two look than me?
Now you're going to get me in trouble. I can't see that far, Dave.
Wow, I'd have to say many, many years, of course. They're two of my classmates. I mentioned them earlier.
No kidding. What was the year?
Super 70. And that's 19, not 18.
And you guys had a phenomenal basketball team.
Yeah, we really did. Some great memories, some great players. And I really think by far the second best team in the league.
There you go.
Was our, yeah, there they are.
And there's Jeremy. Notice Jeremy's got the glasses on. He's getting older too.
To his immediate right is Joe Brewer. To his right is Kenny Holwell, a.k.a. Colonel Sanders. And I think that was Kimball again with the 2 free throws, wasn't it? Yeah.
1 or 2, I think. Did he make them both?
Yes, he did. I think he did.
Oh, yeah, 66 to 33.
He misses that. No, that was actually Roach. They kind of look a lot physically. Rough shot won't go. Picked off by Farrell. And here comes Bloomfield. They'll slow it up for the 3 ball. Those were falling in the first half. But the rebound and won't go, but the foul on Kenyon will send James McClellan to the line. So we'll have our Chichinos player of the game. And we'd also like to tell you that Jimmer's Auto on Fall Street in Seneca Falls offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory at jimmersauto.com. And Brad Van Duzen Photography offers family, senior, and wedding portraits, as well as specializing in photos of area student athletes. Book your appointment at bradvanduzenphotography.com.
He does an amazing job, Brad does. senior portraits, athletic portraits, or action shots from games. Nice shot there by a ref.
Ref finally got one to go. The senior will have his share of very good games this year, no doubt. Here's a steal. This is Knowles driving through the lane, throws up a runner short, but he gets the foul. He's impressive.
Very impressive. He'd be impressive if you told me he was a junior, but he's a freshman. And that's the type of thing, I see this South Seneca program on an upswing. If you look, I thought they had a good year last year, finishing at 10-11. They entered the postseason at 10-10, lost in the first round of they were the 10 seed, lost in the first round of the Class C2 playoffs to Cuba Rushford 79-65. 9-7 in the league. Marked improvement.
Yeah, I kind of thought that would come a little quicker. And then they lost several good players and good size.
And then, Bloomfield is they're going to get an easy one here.
Yeah, layup up and in, and a foul late. Look,
he's hurt. No, he's back up. He's back up. Bloomfield last year also 10-10 in the regular season, 10-11 after they lost in the opening round of the Class C2 playoffs to Rochester Academy Charter School, 63-61. They went 10-6 in the league. So both these programs last year had the same type of season, but Bloomfield 2018-19 campaign looks a little more promising at the moment.
By the way, after that foul, some really nice sportsmanship by Pete Trim, shaking the fellow's hand, giving a pat after committing the foul. Foul shot is missed. And now down the other way, there's a foul going to be called on Farrell. We'll send Nick Houck. Not Joe Houck. You remember Jumpin' Joe Houck? Yeah, a lot of memories. At the line, Houck can't get it to go, rolls out. There's just a tick under 5 minutes, remaining in tonight's contest. All Bloomfield up by 30 as Houck gets in the scoring column in the fourth quarter, and there's a Bloomfield throwaway. The pace certainly has changed here in this fourth quarter.
Well, the game's, it's a 30-point game right now. It's kind of tough to play with the same intensity on either side. Looks like Bloomfield's in that 2-3 zone now.
They had that torrid first half, moving the ball against the zone around the perimeter. Houck looks for help, finds ref, buries the trifecta.
Boy, man, he just need a few more of those to go tonight.
He's got 9 in the contest. And Bloomfield in no hurry, milking the clock a little bit on the outside. You can just see the youth on the South Seneca team as they have a sophomore, a freshman. And the layup is put up and in. I believe that was Roach that time.
Having a nice game himself.
Really good game. Unofficially 17 in the contest. The long bomb from South Seneca's Williamson. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Second three of the night for Williamson.
Still a 26-point lead for the Bloomfield Bombers. Another game here. I think South Seneca girls are here tomorrow night against HAC. I'm not really sure who the other favorites. Red Jacket for sure. We have that game coming up, don't we? Or did we not get that game in?
I don't know. There's so many conflicts.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is really hard, but I definitely would have loved to do that game. I don't think that particular game is on our schedule, but I love Red Jacket. Sydney Close, Sarah Van Aken, Brooklyn Hanley. That is a good team, and Van Aken had 29 points and double-digit rebounds in their win last night.
Yeah,
super athletic.
I remember seeing some of their young players 2 years ago. And they were pretty good then. You could see that they would continue to improve and progress. At the line, he just hit a three-pointer moments ago. Got fouled on the defensive end, Williamson, and he hits the first. And we'd like to tell you that Connie's Diner has the ambiance you will only find in a true diner. Check out their menu at connieswaterloo.com. Talk about a couple of great sponsors that if you want to solve your eating issues that day. Two made, I believe, by
you got to check out the lunch specials at Cicino's. They change them every month or so. Some really good deals and some really unique items for lunch. They post them on their website, and Connie's just does an amazing job.
And Penny's Place, of course, is just outstanding.
That's where I go for breakfast. Love going for breakfast at Penny's, lunch at Cicino's, and dinner at Connie's. Now, that's a full day of eating.
And then you have a couple snack breaks in between, right?
Yep. Head downtown to Red's Place and get some 60-cent wings on Wednesday night.
I bet Jeremy cooked them up at times.
Jeremy, oh yeah. You wouldn't believe what goes on in that kitchen at lunch at Red's. They do a lot of business between the hours of 11:30 and 1:30. It's amazing how many lunches they get out. And all these sponsors pay us with free food. So,
you know, one thing with the Falcons, what I'm sure Dave Serrano would give one of his eye teeth away if he could have a 6'2", 6'3" bruiser in there.
Like Mitchell Bliss,
who just scored, as we say that.
Under 2 minutes here. Stay tuned for the postgame show. I can't wait to talk to Tanner Kimball. I mean, I'm assuming that's what we're going to have. Is it too early, Dave, to award our Cicino's player of the game?
I think we have several honorable mentions, but I think we're in agreement on this one. Tanner Kimball, just a sensational first half and great game. So make the call, Jim.
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be Tanner Kimball. He not only did he score, but he found his teammates several times. He's up and down the court. He's the type of player that makes everybody better.
Nice bounce pass from Ruff. And Sicardi will go to the line to shoot two. Well, it's the team, the way they hustle, run the ball. Their shooting improves a little. I can see improvement coming during the course of the long season. As Anthony Ruff will probably call it a night, comes out. Second shot is high arcing but won't go. And here comes Bloomfield once again. We thought they were going to probably score in the 80s, if not 90s, or even possibly triple digits with the start they had. Here's the bomb from South Seneca outside. No.
South Seneca's going to win some games in the West. They had a rough shooting night tonight.
Oh, the runner up by Trevor Farrell.
I want to take a look at this real quick, Dave. It's the sectional standings. I mentioned both these teams were in C2 last year. Their B is split now into two divisions. C is split into three, so South Seneca will be in C3. Fortunate for them because Lions isn't in C3. They're in C2 with Bloomfield. And, I think that competing for a sectional title is a legitimate goal for this South Seneca team in C3. I think they and Clyde-Savannah, who was in D1 last year, is now in C3. Naples and Dundee and HAC were D last year.
Boy, I got to get something in before I forget, as both foul shots were missed. Because we were talking about Weedsport and, of course, Lions. And the bomb is buried for three by Jack Mott, who's in there. But I want to give my best out to one Zach Young, who until recently I was not aware that he had left Lions for the Weedsport athletic director's position.
Bittersweet because he's been coaching this team, for years, waiting for this particular team, the legitimate state title contenders, I think. But program's in good hands. Dean Schott Jr., one of the legendary players who certainly has paid his dues.
Dean Schott the second.
The second, yes.
That's right. But Zach, just a great guy and
real friend of Finger Lakes 1 too over the years.
I wish him all the best. We're down to the final 20 seconds. Driving to the lane, going up strong and not getting it to go. We're going to have a jump ball. And we'd like to tell you, and Jim just mentioned, Red's Place is serving great lunches daily in downtown Seneca Falls. And every Wednesday, that's tonight, is 60-cent wings night. And we thank all our fine sponsors as we wind down here in Ovid. The bomb won't go, and the ball will go back with just 3 seconds remaining to the Bombers.
Don't go away. We'll be back with the Little John Ortho Smiles with Style postgame show. Hopefully be talking to Tanner Kimball.
And that'll do it. 73-50. And the game, not quite as close as the final score may have indicated.
This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Little John Orthodontics, Marshall Exteriors, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Stever's Garage, The Omen Theater, Red's Place, Wilson Press, Connie's Diner, the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings, the Downtown Deli, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cram-tastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our trucking deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With the new My Gen Perks mobile app from Generations Bank, you get access to thousands of local and national discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. The savings don't stop there. Generations Bank's Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts also include cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and 24/7 Tri-Bureau credit monitoring. Saving money is for everyone. Stop by any Generations office or visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Member FDIC. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes.
Well, wrapping up the, you might as well give them a wave there. All your buddies are watching you. We're happy to have with our Chichinos player of the game, Mr. Tanner Kimball, who most impressively led a fine group of Bloomfield Bombers tonight. And you are listening to the Little John Orthodontic Smiles with Style postgame show. Dave Barnick, Jim Sinicropi, and again, Tanner, outstanding effort. Your team came out not only running so effectively, fast-paced action, but moving the ball around, and you were leading them all the way. Your team and you in particular had a sensational first half. What do you attribute all that to?
Well, usually when we come down here, don't come out too strong, but we really came out ready to play today and executed our plays and everything we needed to get that first quarter above South Seneca. And I just think we really hustled and came out and really wanted to get ahead.
And you're following up with a stellar beginning to an outstanding season a year ago as a junior. What are the goals for the Bloomfield Bombers this season?
We actually, in the beginning of the season, all tried to set team goals, and one of our team goals is actually to win a league title. And obviously with that, we just need to keep, playing hard and executing like we did today, and just playing tough D and doing everything that, coach expects.
Now, you had 19 points in the first half. Was in the back of your mind you're going to try to catch Pat Geithner last year when he scored 50?
No, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just playing the way, coach expects and the team wants. But Pat definitely had one heck of a game last year, and if it did happen, it did happen. But just I try to keep playing,
Yeah. One thing I was talking to Dave during the game that I was most impressed with you guys was how much you share the ball and how you have 4 or 5 guys that can really score it, and so you guys were sharing the ball, you were getting up and down the court. Talk a little bit about some of your teammates.
So actually Simon Willie, number 3, he is
likes the 3 too.
Yeah, he does.
Had a good game against Pelmac.
He did, yep. And so we run a play called push to him, and it's pretty much just an open 3 in the corner. That's definitely like where we'll share the ball to him. Another player is Alex Roach, number 4.
Yep.
And he's great driving the ball. We expect him to take several drives throughout the game. And Ryan Hawkins is another threat, close to the boards. He really gets down low and does what he needs to get the ball.
Well, the first 2 players you mentioned, along with yourself, collectively, if I can do the adding, had 58 points among the 3 of you. 27 unofficially for yourself. Alex Roach with 17 and Simon Willie with 14, including those 4 3-balls. He did all that scoring in the first half, where we were hoping for a more competitive game. It was an entertaining game because the Falcons hustled and pushed the ball up court as well, but you guys were dominant.
Right. Yeah, we just, like I said, we just finished off. After that first quarter, I think it really just got us going and got us in a good mood to finish off the game strong, even though we thought they would have more of a, tough, close game, but we ended up pulling away, and it definitely gave our team some relief.
While I got you here, before we let you go, Marcus Whitman's going to be pretty tough in the West. You mentioned the goals to win the league. What are some of the other teams that you think are going to provide the biggest obstacle to you guys winning the Finger Lakes West this year?
So I think the 2 other teams that we're kind of concerned about is Honeoye is the one team, and then
rivalry game there.
Right.
They got a big guy Rudolph.
Yep, Tyler Rudolph. He'll
red nose, all that.
Right.
No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
no. But yeah, he's a real good down low, and we just have to box out against him and make sure that we get in front of him when he's down low. And then Red Jacket, they have a couple, very athletic team. We just have to make sure that we just play tough D and do everything as the scouting report says.
What about Naples?
Last year we had a tough game. We played real bad at their place last year. We actually ended up winning it with a buzzer beater, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And but I think that I truly think that we can pull that game out pretty easy. But you never know what to expect tonight. I never expected this. But
while we have you here, Tanner, Tanner. Other sports you play or school activities you like to focus on?
Soccer. I play soccer and I actually run track, but soccer is like my other really main sport that I play.
And future plans, thinking about them at this point?
Like sports-wise?
Well, I was thinking
after school,
post high school.
Yeah, I want to play. Well, I would like to play soccer in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plan to go to school? Great.
Yeah.
We think we have a certificate for this young
Oh
man,
yeah,
don't we?
that's right.
If you forgot it, I was going to take it.
Cicino's Pizza, large cheese pizza for our player of the game. You can write your name in there when you get home.
Thank you.
But next time you're in Geneva or Waterloo, stop by Cicino's, get that large cheese pizza. Maybe share it with your teammates.
Right, yeah, definitely they deserve it.
Or call Finger Lakes 1 and we'll meet you there.
Awesome, yeah, that sounds good too.
Happy to have you with us. We wish you all the best the rest of the season for you and your teammates. Tanner Kimball, not the fugitive tonight. He got it done.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Good game, Tanner.
Thank you.
And we'll wrap things up here momentarily as Tanner Kimball, a very articulate young man with a tremendous effort here tonight, leading the way with 27 points unofficially. We mentioned Roach, 17, Willie, 14, 4 for McClellan, 4 for Hawkins, 4 for Mitchell Bliss, and for the Falcons, 6 for Matt Kenyon. Again, maybe off on some of these a little bit. Richie Thomas with 3, 8 for Jeremy Williamson, 6 points in the game for Jack Mott, 4 for Nick Houck. Your leading scorers, Anthony Reff with 10, and freshman Nate Knowles with 12, and added some spark to the Falcons' efforts here tonight, but not enough, as Bloomfield won convincingly 73-50 against a hustling Falcon team. Better days ahead.
Entertaining ball game. I leave this game being really impressed with Bloomfield. I was impressed when I first saw their score when they defeated Pelmac in their opener. That made me open my eyes to Bloomfield, and now seeing them on the court, they're really balanced. They could go 6 or 7 deep. Whether it's, I think that tonight it was Kimball. I think other nights it'll be Willie or Roach scoring the points. So it's always nice to have a multitude of guys to go to. On South Seneca's side, despite the deficit, I still am impressed with their balance. They're a little undersized, but as I mentioned, in C3, I think that they can play with a goal towards making a run in C3 this year. And then beyond this year, I think that they're going to be tough to beat going forward. Matt Kenyon's just a junior. Nate Knowles, a freshman. And if we had to pick a player of the game from South Seneca, it'd probably be freshman Nate Knowles. So the boys here at South Seneca have been the shadow of the girls, one of the most successful programs in Section 5 over the past several years. But I think the boys are on an upswing here.
The girls, I think, going for a 4-peat this year.
Yeah.
And as I love to mention, the only 2 schools have 5 consecutive sectional titles, Kendall and South Seneca. Only one has it for both boys and girls, the South Seneca Falcons. And they would like to make that a trifecta by getting a 5-peat eventually, but we're getting ahead of ourselves on that.
It's not out of the question, though. But before we get out of here, I have to say one thing. It's a Wonderful Life weekend in Seneca Falls this weekend, which is Bedford Falls for this weekend. The Wonderful Run 5K, still time to register. I think you have till midnight tonight to register online, and then you can do race day registration. And that should be just another fantastic event. Go to itsawonderfulrun5k.com.
Kevin Korzaneski, I would imagine, huh?
Well, Kevin Korzaneski, one of the organizers, along with Tina Rook, Jolene Korzaneski, Jeff Rook. I mean, they do an amazing job. And it's the Christmas season. What better place to spend it than Seneca Falls this weekend?
Won't be as cold as, was it last year that was the brutally cold and icy?
2013, I think, was the one that was like 5 degrees and 2 feet of snow.
Can't wait for spring to get here, and we're not even to winter yet.
No, that's why we like high school basketball, because by the time we go to Hudson Valley and watch South Seneca girls or Mid Lakes girls or down to Binghamton to maybe watch Lions or whoever these teams that make these runs, right when it ends, we'll be ready for the Masters and to get back on the golf course.
And nice to see you here, and Jeremy Hunt, who was on camera in Ovid, New York, at the South Seneca Falcon Gym in Ovid.
Always a
Jack
pleasure,
Guinan
Dave.
Gymnasium. So we'll wrap this up. Thank you for being with us here this evening. And the final score from Ovid's South Seneca trailing and losing 73-50 to the Bloomfield Bombers. Good night, everybody, and may the